my G-Shock. I'm rocking 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 my G-Shock.
What's up, YouTube? Today we're gonna show you guys how to change the battery on the GG1000. Very common, these models here, the GG1000, the 5476 module. The battery drains pretty fast. A lot of functions. It's not a solar watch, so the battery drains significantly fast. So I'm gonna show you guys the walkthrough on how to change the battery on all the GG1000s, and let's get started. First of all, you're gonna have to remove the 4 hex screws that are on here on each corner. Then you'll remove that'll remove this little plastic cover. Then there's 4 additional screws on the bottom there that we'll remove, and let's get started. You'll need a hex key. The hex key size is a 2.5 millimeter. Also, that's a metric. It's a 332 standard size. So once again, that's a 2.5 millimeter hex metric and a SAE 3/32. So that's the size you need for the hex. For the Phillips, which is the screws underneath the cover, you'll need a size 0 Phillips screw, okay? Just a mental note. You'll also need batteries. This watch in particular requires 2 batteries. It's a 395, which is comparable with its SR927 SW and a 399. So either those sizes are all the same. SR927 SW, 395, 399, those are the same batteries. That's what you need. You'll need 2 of those. So let's get started. You also need a pin, either a safety pin, one of these other pins would work, just something of that nature, just some pin. I'll show you guys why shortly once we get to that step. Let's get started removing the hex. Be careful, push down on these very well so that it doesn't slip and it doesn't strip or it doesn't scratch your hex, okay? Counterclockwise, slowly, methodically. If it falls off, great, but you don't want to strip it and you don't want to scratch it. All right, once you remove this, be careful. There's a plastic cover, that one, don't lose that piece, okay? There's 4 of these, 1 on each side. Make sure you don't lose that. Not sure what it's for specifically, but might be for a cup, for water, I don't know, but it's there, so don't lose that. Make sure you keep that intact. There's 1, do the other side. Okay, there you have it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And as you notice there, this will come off just by pulling it off. And do the other side, so we'll show you guys. After you take those off, it just comes right off. And don't worry about which one goes where. These are identical, so they're kind of interchangeable. So don't worry about mixing them up. No problem there, okay? Now that they have those 4 hex screws, they're gonna go with the Phillips screws. All right, here's the Phillips screws. There's 4 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. And once again, you need a size 0 Phillips. This is a Husky brand, but you can use any brand you like. And then once again, counterclockwise, get those all down. Make sure you don't strip them. Next, you're gonna want to pull the cover off. Careful with the rubber seal, which is right there, all right? put that to the side. Here's the rubber seal right there. Keep that intact. Will be a good opportunity to lube it. These watches are relatively new models, so you can see they're still lubricated. You won't have to do much with that. If it falls out of place, I'll show you guys where to put it at the end, but it pretty much goes in that crevice there around the circle of the module. Just put it back in there and you'll be fine, good to go. Next, you're gonna wanna remove this little piece here, this little rubber piece. You could do it with your hand, or you could do it with a little plier or tweezers, whatever you prefer. With your hands is fine, it's not delicate, it's not stuck or anything, so you can pretty much just pull it and take it off, right? Just remember how it goes, all right? This is pretty much like a puzzle. It falls into place like that. I like to keep them in order, or keep them kind of facing the direction that they were in, so it makes it easier for me to remember. All right, now, if this falls out, don't worry, I'll show you guys how to put it back. I'm gonna take it out on purpose. Key note, before we move any further, make a mental note of this. It's very important, all right? Right here, you have these little plastic clips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? Those hold the module down, all right? But sometimes they become, they get stuck in the way, so you wanna lift them out of the way. So when you put the module back in, if the module comes out, and it probably will, it doesn't block. It doesn't get blocked. You can use your pen here. Move it out the way. Like that. And the other one. Don't mess with it too much, because too much bending of these will cause the that to break. Right. Next, you want to get this sticker off the battery cover. All right. Use your finger. Now here's where the module would more than likely fall out if you don't hold it. So use your finger to hold it and then pull the little sticker off. If you don't hold the module down, when you pull the sticker, the entire module will come out. Try that again. Go. Right? Now for educational purposes, I'm gonna go ahead and pull the whole module out. Oops. That's what's most likely gonna happen to you if you don't hold the module, okay? Now it becomes a little trickier, but I'll show you how to overcome that. So now you've lost your module, right? You pulled that out, the plastic strip, and your module has fallen out. Don't touch the front of the watch. It'll get dirty, you'll get debris, and try to keep this part of the module face down, or cover it with a microfiber cloth to prevent any dirt from falling in, okay? So I'm gonna do that now. I'm gonna cover it up with a piece of paper, just to keep it from, as much as possible, keep the dirt from falling in, or any particles from falling inside the screen. You don't want those on there. Now I'm gonna use a microfiber cloth and put this face down so I could work on the battery. All right, there you have it. All right, so now let's get the sticker off. Okay, now if you managed to get the sticker off without getting the module out, perfect. Save this sticker, because I like to put those back, put it in a place where you won't remember, or you won't forget to put it back on. Now here's where your trusty little pin comes in handy. I'm gonna show you guys what happens. In this crevice there, and there, you're gonna stick your little pin into the middle and pretty much flick it that way, okay, to unlock the mechanism, the metal mechanism. Let me show you guys. Don't force it. Boom, easy. Show it to you one more time. Okay, stick it in there and flick it out. And it pops open, okay? Now gently pull this open, just gently, don't push it too much, and use the same pin to flick the battery out, okay? Like that. Now, once again, you're holding it to this on the sides. Don't hold it from the top, because you scratch it or dirty it. And if you do, I'll show you how to clean it. There you go. That's one battery out. Do the other one. There's a little hole in there. See the little hole there? Just use that little hole, stick it in there, and pop it out. Okay? Boom. There you go. Here's your used battery. SR927W. SR927, like I said, there's 2 of them required. Zoom out. Put these to the side. Don't get those mixed up. Where should I put those batteries at? SR27. Okay, so now we're gonna grab the batteries. Try to handle these as little as possible, okay? Stick it back in there. You want the back end sticking out, not the top, okay? So where the numbers are, you want that facing up. Stick it in there. That's one. Do the other one. Don't use knockoff batteries. All right, once you got the 2 batteries in, just push this down. It'll lock back in place like so, and turn it around. It should say open. There you go. That means that the battery has been changed, and it means that it only says open because the cover is on. Once the cover is on there, you're good to go. So let's get back started to get it to put the module back in there. I'll show you guys what to do. All right, so hold the watch open together. Make sure your watch is the top. You're not turn it upside down. Same with this. Make sure that's the 12 o'clock position, and then gently, carefully align. There's 1, 2 buttons, and then this is your sensor for your compass. Make sure that those are matching up, and they'll fall right into place. Okay, once that's in there, grab your plastic piece. You'll see there's 1, 2, 3 holes, 1, 2. So that means that the 3 one goes on this side, and then put that into there. It'll fall into place. You don't have to force it, and you're good to go. Okay. That's the reason why I told you to pull these up. Okay, because otherwise it'll block this plastic piece from falling into place. Once it's in there, you could push these back down, and you're good to go. All right, one very important part that people don't tell you is that these buttons here sometimes don't push. So you got to check. You see how it's pushing that compartment? When you push this button here, it should activate that button to push this little spring. If it's not, I'll show you what to do. Okay? See that? Good. And good. And good. Now let's say it's not, because sometimes it's not. What you need to do is push this down and then push down on the module. It'll snap into place. Okay, that's how you do that. Now grab your sticker and then throw that back on there. You don't have to. It's not a deal breaker, but just make sure you do that. I like to do it. Those springs there, be careful. If they fall out, they will affect the operation of your watch. Put this back into place. Like I said, just like a puzzle piece. It'll fit right where it's supposed to be. And boom. If your rubber seal fell off, make sure the rubber seal is back in the correct position, which is around the module. Make sure this is in the correct position. This right here, this little gold part has to align with that right there. Otherwise, your watch won't function properly. All right, like so. There you have it. And then let's screw back the screws. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'll be right back. There you go. Make sure it aligns. G-Shock facing the same direction, okay? Now we go back. And we could put these back on there. Like I said, they're interchangeable. There you go. There you go. See that? Or you could do the other one. Doesn't matter. They fit just fine either way. Like that. All right, so the way you know which one goes there is because this groove. You see this little groove there? This is where the bezel lines in. So if you have it this way, although it's not gonna fit, so don't worry about getting it wrong. It's not gonna fit, all right? And then also, it's gonna fall right in, now it fits. See that? Okay. So grab your screw, make sure the little plastic part's still there, and just stick it in there. And then let's screw it back on. All right, we're back. The hex screws are back on. Minimal damage to the watch. The screen is clean. And then I just gotta set the time. Press and hold the mode. Oh, you'll notice that it no longer says open. Now it's closed because the back cover is on there. Hold it to adjust. I'm gonna change mine to Chicago. Daylight savings on. 12-hour format. Seconds is okay. The minutes, it's currently 6:26. $6:26. All right, 2019. Next one, it's May. Oops. $19th. And then push back the adjust button one time, and there you go. Make sure that the hands match the digital time, the analog matches the digital time. If not, that's why you guys have to fix that. All right, my digital time says 6:28. My analog hands show 8:16. Push and hold the adjust button. Keep holding it until you see the hour adjust, or sorry, the hand adjust. Hold it, adjust, keep holding it, hand adjust, okay? First one is your second hand, up and down, like so. Make sure that's pointing to the 12 position, 12 o'clock position, like so. Push the mode button to go to the next option. All right, now it's the hour and minute hand. Let it keep moving until it stops. There we go. Move this again, counterclockwise, clockwise, until it gets to the 12 position. You want that hand, the minute and the hour hand, to point to the 12 o'clock position. Once it gets there, you push either one of these buttons to stop it. Almost there. And then manually adjust it, keep pushing it until it gets to the aligns properly. There we go. Now it's aligned. Push the adjust button one more time. And you're out of that mode. And you're out of there. Now it should match. 6:29. Now the time should match. $6:30. It should stop exactly at 6:30. Let's cross our fingers. Cross our fingers. Boom. There you have it. Now notice that this one here, it does not match. All right, that should match too. So let's go back into the adjust, push and hold to the past adjust, back into the handset. All right. And now your hands is gonna move, and I'll skip that part, be right back. All right, it's almost back at the 12 o'clock position. All right, so that one's fine. Press the mode button again. Now this here's the mode window should be pointing at the 12 o'clock position too, or straight up. Use this to fix that. Push and hold it to make it fast. Stop it. Slowly. There you go. That looks pretty aligned. Hit the adjust button to exit. Now you're at time. And now your hand, your second hands, your minute hand, your hour hand, and your mode window should operate properly. All right. The importance about the importance with the second hand being aligned is that your compass is the second hand. So if your compass is misaligned, that's probably one of the reasons why it's misaligned. Okay. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully that helps. I'll leave the description of the screwdriver, the hex, and the batteries in the bottom description. Hopefully this helps someone. Don't pay all that ridiculous prices to get your battery changed. You can do it yourself. Just be careful when you do it. This is Travel Chicago. I'm out of here. Till next time. Peace.
I'm rocking my G-Shock. I'm rocking my superstar. I'm rocking my G-Shock. I'm rocking my superstar. I'm rocking